States. So this is one of the implications.
Would that not have some destabilizing consequences on the overall economic scene?
From a macroeconomic point of view, modestly so, because this is not for a $30 trillion economy that huge an effect in any event. Trump claimed it was, but it never was anyway. Yes, we have a failed budget policy in the United States. That's for sure. That was true with or without this decision today. The decision today is really more about international politics and policy. It exposes Trump for what he is, a bully, a thug, and a person who cannot live within the law. That's a big deal.
Perhaps you would not agree less that President Trump's stands compromised globally with this ruling.
It absolutely is, because Trump acted all during last year as the world emperor, telling India, you have to do this, you have to do that. But he did that all over the world. And it was outrageous as it was happening. I said many times that it was illegal and unconstitutional, though I was not sure by any means that the Supreme Court would have the guts to do what it did today. Because the decision today, by the way, I'm only halfway through it. It's 170 pages, so I can't claim that I've read the whole thing. But what I have read is a strong opinion. The Chief Justice wrote the lead opinion. I'm proud of that. He's my classmate from college many years ago. I'm proud of what he did. It's not mincing words. It's not saying, well, look at Clause 3B of the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. It's saying this is wrong because the president doesn't have the authority to do this. And he goes back to Alexander Hamilton and to the Revolutionary War, and he says these are powers that belong with Congress. So he did a good job in this ruling.
You know, I'll come to that just in a bit, but since we delved on the foreign policy question, Professor Sachs, you were there at the World Economic Forum, Davos, and there was a...
No, I wasn't in Davos.
All right, I believe we heard you there at that time. We heard you at that time because there was a strong murmur of dissent against Trump's bullying. Now you think with this ruling, those voices of dissent or disagreement with President Trump in world capitals would stand strengthened?
I hope so, because we're on the verge of war. We're on the verge of war in Asia. The president is about to launch a war on Iran. And we need leaders around the world to say, stop the bullying. It's the same issue, by the way, even more dangerous, however. The president does not have the authority to launch a war on Iran. The only one with the authority in the U.S. is the Congress. And moreover, under the UN Charter, it's violently against international law. But, you know, world leaders have been cowed by the bullying. They're quiet. They don't want to get hit. They don't want to get hit with another tariff. Well, now they're not going to get hit with another tariff. So speak out and say, don't go to war. Enough destabilization in the world. Enough one-person rule. That's what I hope comes out of this.
If that be the case, then what are the options available to the U.S. president now? Donald Trump, can he hit back at the U.S. top court in some manner? Can he still find a way around? He has, in the first reaction, called this ruling disgraceful.
Well, good that he has, because that means that he doesn't have easy remedies. He wouldn't care if he was just going to invoke some other piece of legislation. I don't believe that he can do so. The way he acted was not rational. It didn't even pursue American interests, much less anybody else's interests. And what he would do is, in some moment, he would say, well, India's misbehaving. I put on an extra penalty. Or this country's misbehaving. I don't like the advertisement that was run in Ontario, so I'm putting penalties on Canada. This is thuggery and destructive. And there is no other piece of legislation, I can assure you, that will justify that kind of reckless bullying and personalization of policy. Now, given his personality, he may try something else, but we actually today saw the Constitution speak, which I'm very gratified by.
Well, he has said that he seems to have Plan B, but Professor Sachs, that brings me to the last possible question on the conversation we are having. The ruling comes just 1 week ahead of the State of the Union address, and that's a big media event in the Washington D.C. calendar. You think this comes just in time for President Trump to really double down on his posturing on tariffs?
I don't know if it'll be on tariffs or on troops in the streets or on something else, but he will try to make more show. This is his personality. But I also want to emphasize the American people don't support this. He's not a politician with popularities, politician with some fervent supporters, but there may be a quarter of the population, and his overall approval rating is something closer to about 35% approval and well over 50% disapproval. So he may try some other maneuver, may have nothing to do with tariffs. He's a showman. He's a bully. He may try to bully on something else. He's also got the Epstein files and many other things, but he also has an armada, and he may could decide, as horrific as it sounds, that a war in Iran is a good distraction. It'll prove his power. God forbid. But that's also not impossible.
Sorry to be interjecting. Are you suggesting that a war with Iran could be used as a ploy to distract from the fallout of the U.S. Supreme Court ruling today?
Look, it wouldn't be the first time that a political leader that is hemmed in domestically does something externally to show, who's who. I'm not predicting that. I think every part of the military buildup that's taking place right now in the Straits of Hormuz and so forth is absolutely illegal, unconstitutional, reckless, and dangerous for the world. But it wouldn't be past Trump to say, well, I'll show you who can do what and launch a war on that basis.
Well, the mobilization suggests that there could be some action over the next 48 hours, perhaps.
That is correct. I think we should fear that. I would like to hear world leaders stand up publicly right now and say, don't do it. Don't do it. This is dangerous.
All right. That brings me to the last question, Professor Sachs, and which is that just as this comes ahead of the State of the Union address, this also comes ahead of the midterm polls. You think this is going to have consequences for the president, for the mega constituency, and for the people of America when they go to make their choice in the midterms?
Definitely. This exposes the fallacies of the Trump policies. He's already unpopular. He's already going to lose one or both houses of Congress. And this will absolutely add to the weight of opinion against him.
And to end the conversation, can I say that most of your positions actually come as someone who opposes President Trump and most of his policies?
I oppose most of our presidents, I have to say, over the years, because I don't like the way our country has been governed. But I want to say that during the past year, as I've spoken many times in the Indian media, I have repeatedly said that this is illegal, that it is an unconstitutional grab, and that it is bullying, and that it makes no economic sense. So what I'm saying today is what I've been saying for the past year.
Thank you so much, Professor Jeffrey D. Sachs, for your fair and frank conversation with Republic Media Network. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And now we are shifting focus. In a historic first, the Border Roads Organization has opened the Mughal Road in the middle of winter, marking a major achievement in snow clearance operations in Jammu and Kashmir. Take a look at this report.
For the first time ever, the Mughal Road, officially designated as National Highway 701A, has been made operational during peak winter conditions. The snow clearance operation at Pir Ki Gali was successfully completed despite heavy snowfall and extreme weather. Teams from Project Sampark cleared the stretch from Buflias to Pir Ki Gali, while Project Beacon undertook snow removal from Shopian to Pir Ki Gali. The reopening of this strategic route is being seen as a major boost to winter connectivity between the Poonch and Shopian districts. This will reduce the travel hardships for local residents. Officials also revealed that route survey and planning for widening of NH 701A are currently underway. Meanwhile, according to DG Morth, substantial progress has been already made on the proposed expansion. The DG called the development a significant milestone and ensured efforts will continue to begin better connectivity.
मौके की बात है कि ये बीआरओ प्रोजेक्ट संपर्क और प्रोजेक्ट बेकॉन ने उनके चीफ इंजीनियर्स यहाँ मौजूद हैं। उनके जॉइंटली प्रयास से आज ये रोड एक महीने के अंदर खुल गई है, मुगल रोड, और जो हमें तक मई तक खुला करती थी, इस बार इन लोगों के संयुक्त प्रयास से ये फरवरी में ही खोल दी गई है। और ये जो रोड है पूरी उसकी करीब 86 किलोमीटर की लेंथ है। और अब ये क्योंकि नेशनल हाईवे का स्टेटस मिल गया है इस रोड को, तो इसका जो डीपीआर वगैरह है वो पूरा चल रहा है और इसका अलाइनमेंट वगैरह फाइनल होना है, तो जल्दी ही इसका अलाइनमेंट फाइनल होकर उसके आगे की कार्रवाई की जाएगी।
With the unprecedented midwinter opening, the BRO has set a new benchmark in high-altitude road maintenance, ensuring critical connectivity even in the harshest of conditions.
And now here's moving on. Rohit Pawar, the nephew of the late Deputy Chief Minister and NCPSP Chief Ajit Pawar, has once again raised questions over the plane crash, alleging possible conspiracy and demanding accountability at the highest level. Take a look at this report.
Nephew of the late Deputy Chief Minister and NCPSCP leader Rohit Pawar has once again raised serious questions over the Ajit Pawar plane crash case. Speaking to the media, Rohit Pawar said the crash could involve either a political or a commercial conspiracy. He questioned whether influential individuals were protecting the company allegedly responsible for the incident. Pawar further alleged that several powerful individuals, including officials from the Directorate General of Civil Aviation, may be linked to the company in question.
जो कंपनी रिस्पॉन्सिबल है, जैसे बीएसआर रिस्पॉन्सिबल है, उसको अगर कोई सपोर्ट कर रहा है, उसको अगर कोई बचा रहा है, वो भी एक कॉन्स्पिरेसी हो सकती है। इसलिए इतने पावरफुल लोग इस कंपनी के पीछे है, डीजीसीए के बहुत बड़े अधिकारी इसके पीछे है। लेकिन आज की जो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस है, उसके माध्यम से हमारी एक बहुत बड़ी मांग है कि ये जो मंत्री है, एविएशन मिनिस्टर, उनका रेजिग्नेशन, ये डेफिनेटली हम उनकी मांग करते हैं कि उनका रेजिग्नेशन लिया जाए।
He claimed that only the country's top leadership can ensure a fair investigation. He also announced that he would send a formal letter to the Prime Minister seeking intervention and demanded the resignation of the Union Aviation Minister. The allegations have intensified political heat around the crash case, with demands for an independent and transparent probe now growing louder.
Coming up on the other side, alert issued for a possible terror threat to national capital. Intel sources flag Lashkar plot to target places of worship.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा, ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी एमडीएच का जीरा सिर्फ जलजीरा मसाला।
The AI summit is on. The focus is even more on AI, and with this talk of AI boom, jobs going,
Vinod Khosla has made a comment which has created further panic in a panic-stricken environment. In my view, not necessary. He's a well-known tech billionaire and venture capitalist. He says IT and BPO services will completely disappear over the next 5 years. And then he says something as prophetic as, all jobs will disappear in 50 years. Now, this is not an offhand remark. Vinod Khosla is the founder of Khosla Ventures, established 2004, deep investments in AI, sustainability, medicine, and other technologies. He was also an early backer of OpenAI, and he made a lot of money there. In other words, he's not a casual observer. He's deeply invested financially and ideologically in an AI-driven future. So it is possible that he...
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूम देखो, तुम्हारा रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी। प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी, एवरीडे।
The AI summit is on. The focus is even more on AI, and with this talk of AI boom, jobs going, Vinod Khosla has made a comment which has created further panic in a...
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
BJP workers staged a massive nationwide protest against a leader of opposition in Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi. BJP holds a protest in Jammu, Delhi and Surat over Youth Congress protesters storming into the AI Impact Summit at Bharat Mandapam yesterday. Rahul Gandhi showed black flags en route from Mumbai to Bhiwandi as police seal off Bhiwandi court premises amid protest fears and restricted public and media access. Alert issued for a possible terror threat to national capital. Intel sources flag a Lashkar plot to target places of worship.
Well, I think that foreign interests are represented by people that I believe have undue influence, have a lot of influence over the Supreme Court, whether it's through fear or respect or friendships, I don't know.
Donald Trump announces a new 10% global tariff, says US Supreme Court influenced by foreign interests. All right, viewers, our top focus at this hour, the anger against Congress continues to grow. In fact, the Republic confronted Youth Congress after nationwide protests, and watch how the Congress leaders defended their banyan circus planning at the AI summit. All right, in fact, Republic tried to confront the Congress leaders, but not a sliver of guilt or remorse on their part after they tried to sabotage the AI summit that was being hosted in New Delhi. Now remember, this comes as the protests are also taking place across the country, from New Delhi to Mumbai to Surat to Jammu. Across the country, across the length and breadth of India, we are looking at anger rising over what Congress youth workers did, in fact, at the AI summit. We also got a reaction. Let's take a listen.
नेता विपक्ष की जिम्मेदारी नहीं बनती कि देश की छवि ना बिगाड़ी जाए अंतर्राष्ट्रीय समिट में।
कोई छवि, गलगोटिया के थ्रू छवि बिगड़ी, सभी के थ्रू छवि बिगड़ी, तब आपको देखा नहीं गया?
छवि तो आपको क्या इसका, आप एक अंतर्राष्ट्रीय समिट में जाकर शर्ट उतार के आपके नेता प्रदर्शन करते, क्या आपको इस बात का थोड़ा सा भी आपको कोई भी एहसास है इस बात का? अक्षय जी, आप बात करेंगे? आपने जो पोस्टर लगा रखे हैं, आप क्या बताएंगे? आपको कोई थोड़ा सा भी आपके कार्यकर्ताओं ने कल जो किया वो क्या ठीक था? अक्षय जी जवाब दीजिए। अक्षय जी, आपको क्या थोड़ा सा भी इस बात का एहसास है? कल जो आपके कार्यकर्ताओं ने किया, एक अंतर्राष्ट्रीय समिट था, दुनिया भर से 18 अलग अलग देशों के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष
से सवाल पूछा आपने?
जी हाँ, बिल्कुल। हमने गलगोटिया यूनिवर्सिटी से सवाल पूछा, हमने उस पर रिपोर्टिंग करी। हमने
के टाइम पे आगे वो कह रही थी।
आप दूसरी चीजों पे आप ये बताइए,
सवाल मत पूछे।
आप ये बताइए कि
क्या हुआ है, तेरा चैनल बिका हुआ, तेरे चैनल का मालिक बिका हुआ है।
आप ये बताओ कि
सवाल जवाब मत कर।
सवाल
मैं बात नहीं करनी, देर से पीछे हो जा रहे।
आप धमकी दे रहे हैं, आप मीडिया को धमकी।
मैं कह रहा हूँ पीछे हो जा।
पीछे क्यों हटूं मैं?
पीछे हो जा।
ये कांग्रेस का ऑफिस नहीं है, मैं बाहर खड़ा हूँ।
मैं कह रहा हूँ पीछे हो जा।
मैं पीछे क्यों हटूं?
मैं कह रहा हूँ पीछे हो
ये
जा।
जबरदस्ती
गलत लगा भाई, साइड हो जा।
आपको थोड़ा सा भी इस बात का एहसास है कल आपके कार्यकर्ताओं ने जो करा?
तेरा अर्नब गोस्वामी हमारे नेता,
आपको इस बात का एहसास है? आपको इस बात का एहसास है जो आपने कल किया? क्या जो आपने कल किया वो गलत था?
हमारे अर्नब गोस्वामी हमारे नेता को
आपसे जो आप कौन होते देश की, आप कौन होते देश की छवि बिगाड़ने वाले? चलो, अंतर्राष्ट्रीय समिट में आप कौन होते हैं? देश
छवि नहीं बिगड़ी है।
आप एक अंतर्राष्ट्रीय समिट में जाके आप जी हाँ, बिल्कुल हमने सवाल किया, हमने बिल्कुल सवाल किया। आप बताइए।
तब बिगड़ी जब एब्सेंट फाइल में नरेंद्र मोदी का नाम आया है।
आप ये बताइए कि एक अंतर्राष्ट्रीय समिट में जहाँ पर 18 राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष मौजूद थे, वहाँ पे आपके कार्यकर्ता जाके शर्ट उतार के प्रदर्शन करते हैं, क्या आपको इस बात का एहसास है? थोड़ा सा भी गिल्ट है?
होम मिनिस्टर हरियाणा की भी शर्ट उतार के तब तो आप आके पूछते नहीं उनसे।
मैडम, प्रोटेस्ट करना, प्रदर्शन करना गलत नहीं होता है, पर आप एक ऐसे मंच पर जाकर प्रदर्शन
मोदी जी से पूछिए कि एब्सेंट फाइल में उनका नाम आया तो उनकी कोई जिम्मेदारी ऑफिशियल देने की।
आपसे जो सवाल पूछा जा रहा है, आप सवाल पे दूसरे
4 बार मिले, उनसे सवाल पूछा।
आपसे जो सवाल पूछा जा रहा है, आप उसका जवाब दीजिए। आप भाग क्यों रहे हैं?
आज तक कोई क्वेश्चन करे?
जी हाँ, अरे चैनल आप क्या आपको आप होते कौन है देश की छवि बिगाड़ने वाले? नेता विपक्ष की जिम्मेदारी नहीं बनती कि देश की छवि ना बिगाड़ी जाए अंतर्राष्ट्रीय समिट में।
कोई छवि, गलगोटिया के थ्रू छवि बिगड़ी, सभी के थ्रू छवि बिगड़ी, तब आपको देखा नहीं गया?
छवि तो आपको क्या इसका, आप एक अंतर्राष्ट्रीय समिट में जाकर शर्ट उतार के आपके नेता प्रदर्शन करते, क्या आपको इस बात का थोड़ा सा भी आपको कोई भी एहसास है इस बात का? अक्षय जी, आप बात करेंगे? आपने जो पोस्टर लगा रखे हैं, आप क्या बताएंगे? आपको कोई थोड़ा सा भी आपके कार्यकर्ताओं ने कल जो किया वो क्या ठीक था? अक्षय जी जवाब दीजिए। अक्षय जी, आपको क्या थोड़ा सा भी इस बात का एहसास है? कल जो आपके कार्यकर्ताओं ने किया, एक अंतर्राष्ट्रीय समिट था, दुनिया भर से 18 अलग अलग देशों के राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष
से सवाल पूछा आपने?
जी हाँ, बिल्कुल। हमने गलगोटिया यूनिवर्सिटी से सवाल पूछा, हमने उस पर रिपोर्टिंग करी। हमने
के टाइम पे आगे वो कह रही थी।
आप दूसरी चीजों पे आप ये बताइए।
सवाल मत पूछे।
आप ये बताइए कि
क्या हुआ है, तेरा चैनल बिका हुआ, तेरे चैनल का मालिक बिका हुआ है।
आप ये बताओ कि
सवाल जवाब मत कर।
सवाल
मैं बात नहीं करनी, देर से पीछे हो जा रहे।
आप धमकी दे रहे हैं, आप मीडिया को धमकी।
मैं कह रहा हूँ पीछे हो जा।
पीछे क्यों हटूं मैं?
पीछे हो जा।
ये कांग्रेस का ऑफिस नहीं है, मैं बाहर खड़ा हूँ।
मैं कह रहा हूँ पीछे हो जा।
मैं पीछे क्यों हटूं?
मैं कह रहा हूँ पीछे हो जा।
ये जबरदस्ती
गलत लगा भाई, साइड हो जा।
आपको थोड़ा सा भी इस बात का एहसास है कल आपके कार्यकर्ताओं ने जो करा?
तेरा अर्नब गोस्वामी हमारे नेता,
आपको इस बात का एहसास है? आपको इस बात का एहसास है जो आपने कल किया? क्या जो आपने कल किया वो गलत था?
हमारे अर्नब गोस्वामी हमारे नेता को
आपसे जो आप कौन होते देश की, आप कौन होते देश की छवि बिगाड़ने वाले? चलो, अंतर्राष्ट्रीय समिट में आप कौन होते हैं? देश
छवि नहीं बिगड़ी है।
आप एक अंतर्राष्ट्रीय समिट में जाके आप जी हाँ, बिल्कुल हमने सवाल किया, हमने बिल्कुल सवाल किया। आप बताइए।
तब बिगड़ी जब एब्सेंट फाइल में नरेंद्र मोदी का नाम आया है।
आप ये बताइए कि एक अंतर्राष्ट्रीय समिट में जहां पर 18 राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष मौजूद थे, वहां पे आपके कार्यकर्ता जाके शर्ट उतार के प्रदर्शन करते हैं। क्या आपको इस बात का एहसास है, थोड़ा सा भी गिल्ट है?
होम मिनिस्टर हरियाणा की भी शर्ट उतार के तब तो आप आके पूछते नहीं उनसे।
मैडम, प्रोटेस्ट करना, प्रदर्शन करना गलत नहीं होता है, बट आप एक ऐसे मंच पर जाकर प्रदर्शन
मोदी जी से पूछिए कि एब्सेंट फाइल में उनका नाम आया तो उनकी कोई जिम्मेदारी ऑफिशियल देने की।
आपसे जो सवाल पूछा जा रहा है, आप सवाल पे दूसरे
4 बार मिले, हमसे सवाल पूछा।
आप आपसे जो सवाल पूछा जा रहा है, आप उसका जवाब दीजिए। आप भाग क्यों रहे हैं?
आज तक कोई क्वेश्चन करे?
जी हाँ, अरे चैनल आप क्या आपको आप होते कौन है देश की छवि बिगाड़ने वाले?
Viewers, you saw how Republic confronted the Congress leaders on what unfolded at the AI summit, and not a sliver of guilt or remorse on their part. In fact, they go ahead and they defend what unfolded at the AI summit. And now opposition parties are also coming out slamming the Congress over their banyan circus that unfolded at the Bharat Mandapam yesterday. Now facing the heat from the opposition as a whole for trying to tarnish India's global image. In fact, we've got leaders like Akhilesh Yadav, Mayawati, all have come out saying that what unfolded at the AI summit was a shameful act. They do not endorse it, they do not support it, and this time Congress crossed the line. This is the reaction that's coming in from opposition, from India alliance partners of Congress. In fact, on this, let's listen in as to what Akhilesh Yadav has said on this.
आखिरकार ये गलती सरकार की हुई है, इतना अपमानित होना पड़ा, और उसके बाद जो और हंगामा हुआ है इसके पक्ष में मैं नहीं हूँ। ये सरकार झूठ बोलती है, सरकार धोखा देती है, वो अलग बात है, वो हम अपने इंटरनल उसमें लड़ लेंगे। अब तो पूरा देश जान गया कि बीजेपी झूठ बोलती है, तो उस तरह का प्रदर्शन नहीं करना चाहिए था जिससे फॉरेन डेलीगेट्स और फॉरेन कंट्री के सामने हमारे आपके देश का अपमान होता।
राहुल गांधी को अभी अभी काले झंडे दिखाए गए हैं। राहुल गांधी के लिए एआई आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस नहीं, एंटी इंडिया एजेंडा बन चुका है, और इसीलिए उनको न केवल काले झंडे दिखाए जा रहे हैं बल्कि उनके खुद के अलायंस पार्टनर उनको रेड फ्लैग कर रहे हैं। जी हाँ, उद्धव सेना, उसके अलावा समाजवादी पार्टी, आरजेडी, सबने कांग्रेस के शर्टलेस प्रोटेस्ट को गलत बताया है। कांग्रेस शर्टलेस नहीं, कैरेक्टरलेस, लॉयल्टीलेस, टेस्टलेस और ब्रेनलेस बन चुकी है, और ये लश्कर राहुल जो है अब इसको डिफेंड कर रहा है। पवन खेड़ा, हरीश रावत जी, गुरदीप सप्पल ऐसे किए गए कृत्य को भी डिफेंड कर रहे हैं। एक तरफ इंडी अलायंस कंडेम कर रहा है, कांग्रेस डिफेंड कर रही है। कांग्रेस के भी नेता रेवंत रेड्डी से लेकर शशि थरूर एआई समिट की बड़ी अच्छी चर्चा कर रहे थे, क्योंकि वो बीजेपी का समिट नहीं था, वो देश का समिट था। पर बीजेपी विरोध में उतरते उतरते आज देश विरोध में उतर आई है कांग्रेस पार्टी, राहुल गांधी के इशारे पर। राहुल के लिए एआई मतलब एंटी इंडिया, और आज आईएनसी का मतलब है नॉट इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस, आज आईएनसी है एएनसी, एंटी नेशनल कांग्रेस। और इस एंटी नेशनल कांग्रेस को ब्लैक फ्लैग से लेकर रेड फ्लैग दिखाने का काम देश की जनता कर रही है।
Breaking news, the court has this time ordered an FIR against Prayagraj Shankaracharya Swami Avimukteswaranand. Now, a major development has come in the case of sexual abuse allegations against the Shankaracharya, the self-declared Shankaracharya. In fact, the ADJ Rape and POCSO Special Court has now ordered the registration of an FIR against Swami Avimukteswaranand and his disciple Swami Mukundanand Giri. Now, the ADJ POCSO Act Vinod Kumar Chaurasya has directed the police to register a case and investigate. Following the court's order, FIR will be registered now at the Jhunsi police station. This petition was filed by Shakumbari Pitadeshwar Ashutosh Brahmacharya. He alleges that minor children were sexually abused in the ashram and also submitted related evidence to the court. So now it's a major setback for the controversial self-styled godman. The court has ordered that an FIR be registered against Shankaracharya and his disciple as well. Remember, this is a case involving the abuse of minor children in his ashram. Now, in fact, this petition was filed by Ashutosh Brahmachari. He alleges that minor children were being abused in Shankaracharya's ashram and in fact also submitted related evidence to the court. And now court, acting on those evidence submitted, has ordered an FIR against the self-declared Shankaracharya. In fact, it's a major development of yours that has come in the case involving sexual abuse of minors, which was in fact allegedly taking place at the Shankaracharya's ashram. All right, my colleague Sagar, who's been closely tracking this story, joins me live on this. Sagar, हमें ये बताएं, इस समय कोर्ट ने ऑर्डर दिया है कि शंकराचार्य के खिलाफ एक FIR ऑर्डर की जाएगी और उसके बाद इन्वेस्टिगेशन इस केस में शुरुआत होगी उसकी. आप हमें थोड़ा और डिटेल्स दें इस बारे में.
देखिए, बिल्कुल अगर हम बात करें तो मुक्तेश्वर आनंद, जिस तरह से कहा जा रहा था, आरोप उन पर लगे थे कि उनके आश्रम में अवैध गतिविधियां चल रही हैं, तमाम वो जो नाबालिग बच्चे हैं उनके साथ यौन शोषण जैसे कृत्य किए गए थे. जब 13 तारीख को जब आशुतोष ब्रह्मचारी अपने देखिए उन 2 नाबालिग बच्चों के साथ भी गए थे गवाह के तौर पर, जो उनके आश्रम में रहते थे, कहा गया कि उन्होंने उनके साथ कुकर्म जैसी घटना की गई. ये तमाम जो देखिए गतिविधियां चलती हुई रही, उन बच्चों पर भी देखिए प्रताड़ना हुआ. तो उन सभी गवाहों को उन्होंने पेश किया था कोर्ट के अंदर. फिर देखिए गवाहों को पेश करने के बाद जब अपनी बातें यहाँ पर आशुतोष ब्रह्मचारी ने बताई थी, कोर्ट ने फैसले को सुरक्षित रखा था और 14 दिनों के बाद फैसला आना था. अब कोर्ट ने फैसला दिया है कि FIR दर्ज की जाए. प्रयागराज में देखिए झूसी थाने में ये FIR ये दर्ज की गई है, क्योंकि आरोप ये भी लगे, उस पूरे आरोपों में इस बात का भी जिक्र किया गया है कि जब प्रयागराज में माघ मेले के दौरान जो आश्रम यहाँ पर बनाया गया था, यहाँ पर शंकराचार्य का, उस आश्रम के अंदर भी इस तरह की अवैध गतिविधियां चलती थी. तो ऐसे में जब उसके अंदर गतिविधियां चलती थी, प्रयागराज के अंदर FIR दर्ज की गई. यही नहीं, जब शंकराचार्य का जो आश्रम है यहाँ पर केदार घाट पे वाराणसी में, वहां पर भी आरोप है कि इस तरह की गतिविधियां हमेशा चलती रही. जो उनके शिष्य हैं मुकुंदानंद, देखिए उन पर भी ये पूरी ये जांच की तलवार जो है लटकी हुई है. मुक्तेश्वर आनंद पर भी लटकी हुई है कि आखिर आश्रम में क्या अवैध गतिविधियां चलती थी. जो आशुतोष ब्रह्मचारी जिन्होंने इस पूरे मुद्दे को उठाया था, उन्होंने इस बात का भी जिक्र किया था कि केवल 2 बच्चे नहीं है पूरे मामले में, लगभग 20 ऐसे नाबालिग बच्चे उनके आश्रम में जो उनके संपर्क में है. अब वो सभी देखिए बच्चों को देखिए हो सकता है उनके बयान भी दर्ज किए जाए, मुकुंदानंद के बयान दर्ज किए जाए, आशुतोष ब्रह्मचारी के बयान दर्ज किए जाए. कुछ दिन पहले जब रिपब्लिक मीडिया नेटवर्क शंकराचार्य के आश्रम में गया था, जब इस मुद्दे को हमने उठाया था, तो वहां से उन्होंने हमारी टीम को इस पर जवाब देने से मना कर दिया. उन्होंने कहा कि इस तरह का ये प्रोपेगेंडा हमारे खिलाफ चलाया जा रहा है. लेकिन कोर्ट के देखिए आदेश ने ये अब साफ कर दिया कि हाँ, कुछ तो देखिए दाल में यहाँ पर काला है, क्योंकि अब जो है जांच अब होगी शंकराचार्य को लेकर, उनके शिष्यों को लेकर, जो उनके करीबी हैं, उन बच्चों से जब पूछताछ की जाएगी तब तस्वीरें साफ होंगी कि आखिर क्या क्या है इस पूरे मामले में. आगे देखिए 13 मार्च की जो तारीख है वो रखा गया सुनवाई की तारीख, जब दोनों पक्षों की तरफ से वकील होंगे. जो देखिए फुटेज यहाँ पर सामने आश्रम के, जो लोग इस पूरी अवैध गतिविधियों में शामिल हैं, आखिर उसमें कितनी सत्यता है, इन सभी बातों की पुष्टि यहाँ पर होगी. क्योंकि माघ मेले के दौरान मुक्तेश्वर आनंद चर्चाओं में तब आए जब देखिए उनके तमाम शिष्य थे, जब पालकी से जा रहे थे स्नान करने के लिए, वहां पर भी देखिए जमकर बवाल मचा. पूरे माघ मेले के दौरान जमकर देखिए इस पर राजनीति भी की गई. लेकिन अब इस पूरे मुद्दे को भी, जो उन पर यौन शोषण के आरोप लगे हैं उनके शिष्यों पर, और जिस पर अब देखिए FIR की बात कही जा रही है, जांच अब होगी, उन्होंने इस मुद्दे को भी राजनीतिक रंग देने का बार बार प्रयास किया. उन्होंने कहा कि इसको देखिए राजनीतिक रंग इसको दिया जा रहा है, आशुतोष ब्रह्मचारी पर दबाव डाला जा रहा है, क्योंकि शंकराचार्य हमेशा PM मोदी, CM योगी के खिलाफ ही वो बोलते रहे. उन्होंने कहा कि जो सरकार जो उनका अपमान करती आई है, और इसीलिए सरकार ने देखिए पूरा ये जो दायरा है ये सेट किया उनको घेरने का. लेकिन जब 2 से 4 नाबालिग बच्चे सामने आए, कोर्ट ने ये भी देखा कि हाँ, इनकी बातों में कुछ तो देखिए सच्चाई है. जो वीडियोस है, जो फुटेज है, कोर्ट को ये भी लगा कि हाँ, इसमें कुछ तो देखिए गहराई से जांच होनी चाहिए. और यही वजह है कि FIR के आदेश अब दिए गए. तमाम शिष्य भी होंगे जो जांच के दायरे में होंगे शंकराचार्य के. बैक टू स्टूडियो जी.
All right, so FIR ordered and now the investigation will proceed in the case involving Shankaracharya and the abuse of minor children. Thank you, Sagar, for joining us and giving us those details. Now, viewers, shifting focus, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Brazilian President Lula da Silva held high-level talks in New Delhi today, focusing on trade, critical minerals and strategic economic partnerships between the two countries. Now, President Lula is on a state visit to India with a large delegation of ministers as well as business leaders. take a look at this report which talks about the MOUs which have been signed between the two countries and how it's a big boost for India-Brazil ties.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Brazilian President Lula da Silva held high-level talks in New Delhi today. The day began with a ceremonial welcome for President Lula at Rashtrapati Bhavan, where he was accorded a guard of honor. He was received by Prime Minister Modi and President Draupadi Murmu. Later, the two leaders met at Hyderabad House for bilateral discussions, while President Lula also met External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar. President Lula's visit is seen as a boost to economic and industrial cooperation between India and Brazil. Discussions focused on trade, critical minerals, clean energy, and strategic supply chains. Meanwhile, speaking to the press, Prime Minister Modi hailed the ties with Brazil and spoke extensively about the shared purpose of both the nations.
ब्राज़ील लैटिन अमेरिका में भारत का सबसे बड़ा ट्रेड पार्टनर है। हम आने वाले 5 वर्षों में द्विपक्षीय व्यापार को $20 बिलियन के भी आगे ले जाने के लिए प्रतिबद्ध है। भारत मर्कोसुर ट्रेड समझौते के विस्तार से हमारा आर्थिक सहयोग और सुदृढ़ होगा। टेक्नोलॉजी और इनोवेशन के क्षेत्र में हमारा सहयोग दोनों देशों के साथ साथ पूरे ग्लोबल साउथ के लिए महत्व रखता है।
On the other hand, Brazil President Lula da Silva also lauded the friendship he shares with Prime Minister Modi and mentioned the details of the crucial talks aiming at shared progress.
A reason of happiness for me to return to this country for the 6th time. The meeting between India and Brazil is a meeting of superlatives. We are not just the two biggest democracies of the global south. This is a meeting of the world's pharmacy with the world's barn.
Both leaders also signed an MOU on critical minerals, securing long-term resources and strengthening bilateral trade, which crossed $15 billion in 2025. President Lula arrived with the largest ever delegation, including 11 cabinet ministers and over 300 business leaders, among them 50 CEOs. A Brazilian business forum is underway, exploring partnerships in aviation, manufacturing, and technology. The visit comes amid India's push to reduce dependence on China for rare earths and critical minerals, while deepening ties with resource-rich nations. Leaders are aiming to increase bilateral trade to $20 billion by 2030. India and Brazil share a warm, close, and multifaceted strategic partnership, rooted in shared democratic values, close people-to-people ties, and expanding cooperation across key sectors. The Modi-Lula summit marks a historic step in India-Brazil relations, strengthening trade, industrial collaboration, and strategic partnerships between two of the world's leading emerging economies.
And now viewers, anger against Rahul Gandhi and Congress spilling onto the streets in Pune as well. This is where Shiv Sena workers have come out on the streets to protest against what unfolded at the AI summit in New Delhi. They are protesting against Congress leadership, the Congress youth workers who sabotaged the AI summit. They stormed right into Bharat Mandapam, and we're looking at protests, in fact, slogans being raised denouncing the leadership of Congress and the acts of Congress youth workers at the AI summit. Now, viewers, after a massive protest by Indian Youth Congress during the AI Impact Summit 2026 yesterday, today BJP workers have hit the streets with a pan-India protest by showing black flags to Rahul Gandhi. Now, the protests were carried out in various areas including New Delhi, Mumbai, Surat, Jammu as well as Jaipur. And the protest followed an announcement by Virendra Sachdeva, who said he would lead a march from Mansingh Road roundabout to the Congress office at 24 Akbar Road to denounce what he termed hooliganism by youth Congress workers at the summit venue. Take a look at this report.
The BJP workers staged a massive protest today. The protests were carried out against Congress leaders in response to the Rahul Banyan circus at the AI summit yesterday.
और देश का अपमान नहीं सहेगा हिंदुस्तान। ये तमाम जो लोग हैं वो बीजेपी कार्यकर्ता यहाँ पर पहुँचे हुए हैं। सीधे तौर पर गुस्सा है, आक्रोश है कि भाई आप कैसे राजनीतिक मंच बना सकते हैं किसी एआई समिट को, जहाँ पर 100 से ज़्यादा देशों के प्रतिनिधि शामिल हुए हैं, वहाँ पर आप कैसे पहुँच जाते हैं और प्रदर्शन करते हैं। और ये तस्वीरें आपको दिखा रहे हैं, कुछ लोगों से भी बात करें। यहाँ पर देखिए, यहाँ पर तमाम जो लोग हैं यहीं पर इकट्ठा हो गए हैं बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता। अब यहाँ धक्का मुक्की देखिए, इस मंच को भी, इस बैरिकेड को भी तोड़ने की कोशिश की जा रही है। इस बैरिकेड को भी तोड़ने की कोशिश हो रही है। पहली बैरिकेड को तोड़ दिया गया था, जब यहाँ से भी धक्का मुक्की शुरू हो गई है। तमाम जो लोग हैं, तमाम बीजेपी का कार्यकर्ता और कुछ आपको दिखा रहे हैं जो यहाँ प्रदर्शन करने के लिए आए हैं।
BJP held nationwide protests in various areas. The areas included Delhi, Mumbai, Jaipur, Surat, Jammu and Hyderabad. The nationwide stir saw burning effigies of Rahul Gandhi. Black flags were also waved at Rahul Gandhi's convoy in Maharashtra's Bhiwandi. While the BJP has publicly criticized the Congress, the opposition party has not yet issued a detailed response regarding the allegations. With protests now spilling on the streets across multiple cities, the political temperature over the AI Impact Summit controversy continues to rise, reflecting national anger against Rahul Gandhi and his Banyan circus.
Coming up on the other side, Donald Trump announces new 10% global tariff, says the US Supreme Court being influenced by foreign interests.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा हार्डवेयर मसाला।
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
The AI summit is on. The focus is even more on AI, and with this talk of AI boom, jobs going.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सब का राजा हार्डकोर मसाला केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूम देखो मतवाला रे केसरिया से मन जोगी
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला। MDH।
The AI summit is on. The focus is even more on AI, and with this talk of AI boom, jobs going, Vinod Khosla has made.
BJP workers stage a massive nationwide protest against Rahul Gandhi. The BJP holds protests in Jammu, Delhi and Surat over Youth Congress protesters storming into the AI Impact Summit at the Bharat Mandapam yesterday. Rahul Gandhi shown black flags en route from Mumbai to Bhiwandi as police sealed off the Bhiwandi court premises amid protest fears and restricted public and media access. Alert issued for a possible terror threat to national capital. Intel sources flag Lashkar plot to target places of worship.
Well, I think that foreign interests are represented by people that I believe have undue influence, have a lot of influence over the Supreme Court, whether it's through fear or respect or friendships, I don't know.
Trump announces new 10% global tariff, says US Supreme Court influenced by foreign interests. Hello and a very warm welcome. You're watching Republic TV. I'm Gesu Bharadwaj and viewers are focused. Now the DMK has been caught in the wind. A bribery scandal worth crores of rupees has surfaced, raising pertinent questions on the party. Allegations also reveal the bribery was being taken, concised as party funds. The biggest revelation that has happened in Karnataka government as of now. In fact, DMK remains under the looming threat of scams one after the other. This is not just the contract bribery scam. It is also a scam of jobs and transfer postings. Republic tried to confront K.N. Nehru on the ED case, but he did not speak. He dodged the Republic question on the scams. Take a look at this.
Sir, iniki DVSC. Sir, iniki DVSC வந்து English ஆல்காரா சகிதா. Sir, iniki DVSC. Sir, iniki DVSC வந்து English ஆல்காரா சகிதா. Sir, iniki DVSC. Sir, iniki DVSC வந்து English ஆல்காரா சகிதா. Sir, iniki DVSC. Sir, iniki DVSC வந்து English ஆல்காரா.
We also got reactions from both the DMK and the opposition BJP. While DMK dismisses the allegations as politically motivated attacks by the BJP-led centre ahead of the elections, the opposition parties like AIADMK and the BJP are demanding probes and accuse the regime of shielding corruption. Take a look at this.
Sir, the ED case against Minister K.N. Nehru is an allegation into DVSC has yesterday agreed in the Madras High Court that a case should be filed against and further investigation should be done. What is the DMK's reaction to this?
Today our advocate Alex Bharati had met the media and expressed the party stand on that. That Nehru will face it. No, it's intentionally the BJP is doing during election. They want to put pressure on these DMK leaders that they will handle.
So today being the last day of assembly session, the BJP walked in with a file that says DMK fails and had given, out of the 505 promises that DMK had made in the manifesto, only 160 has been done. And also in the marks that the BJP has suffered corruption gets the biggest one.
Yeah, today our assembly leader and also the state president, Mr. Naina Nagendran, has very clearly given a document. While the ruling DMK failed in everything miserably and failed to give even a white paper on what they have done, our president has given a clear document that they have not done anything, and the DMK government has completely failed in its promises. So, they have passed everything in corruption. Because today also we have seen that the Honorable High Court had passed an order that the DVAC should register complaint against Mr. K.N. Nehru. That means what? Prima facie, there is a corruption charge against Mr. K.N. Nehru on the appointment scam. So prima facie, the High Court has very cleared this, and I think the DVAC should go accordingly as per law, but the DVAC also again with the state government under the Chief Minister Mr. M.K. Stalin. So they have to file an FIR immediately, and I hope based on this FIR the ED will pursue the case, because I expect justice only when ED comes in. I don't think that the DVAC under this regime will do its duty.
Viewers, we're also being joined by a DMK leader, Salim Dharanidharan, and also my colleague Sharda, who joins us live from Chennai. Mr. Dharanidharan, first coming to you. What do you have to say about these allegations? These are not light in any manner possible. 3 charges against the DMK. What's your take on this? I think there is some bit of an issue, but if Mr. Dharanidharan, you're still with us on the show, we want to speak about the charges that have been leveled against the DMK. What do you have to say about that? Mr. Dharanidharan, requesting you to please unmute yourself. Viewers, we'll come back to that in a minute. Sharda, coming to you. Sharda, my colleague who's joining us from Chennai. Sharda, what's the latest that you can get for us? Now, this is a complete out war between the DMK on one side and, the BJP and the AIADMK on the other, both holding guns on each other's heads. Tell us more about this.
Well, you see, the ED went on the raids last year in 2025 on 3 different locations of Minister K. Nehru, including his brother K. Ravichandran, who runs a real estate business, and his son Arun Ravichandran is also a minister right now. And following which is when the ED submitted telling that almost under the cash for jobs scam, there's almost 1,020 crores amount that the DMK had allegedly taken bribe for almost 150 job postings, is what the ED claims. It has been almost 4 times that the ED has requested the Tamil Nadu DGP to take action against Minister K. Nehru. But until day before yesterday, the Madras High Court requested the DVAC to file the case, stating that this is the 4th time that the ED has submitted letters in relation to this particular scam that under the DMK that's been taking place. As you mentioned, there are 3 scams under the DMK that's come in the last 4 years from when they have taken the power. One is the liquor scam, the Tasmak scam, which was under the Minister Sendil Balaji, who is now sacked from his position as well, as we know. And to remind our viewers, the second is Minister K. Nehru, who is now under for 2 scams, which is one including the cash for job scam and the other one being the tender that's being given under the municipal and water administration. These 2 is what the ED has now asked K. Nehru to take responsibility for, and the ED has registered this particular case against the minister. And the Stalin government, however, tries to claim that this is a case that the BJP at the center is pushing the ED to take up, and also stating that with the elections coming up, in all politics in hand, and the DMK is completely stating that this is only what BJP is trying to do is before the elections, make sure that the corruption blame is thrown against the DMK government, whereas they are right.
Right. Sharda, requesting you to continue being with us. We're again being joined by Salim Dharanidharan, who is a DMK leader. Mr. Dharanidharan, thank you for speaking to Republic. What is your take on this entire fiasco? 3 major charges against the DMK.
Charges by whom? The ED in itself does not have any locus standi or the credibility. ED is acting as a wing of the BJP party. 95% of the cases filed by the BJP on politicians or against the opposition politicians whom the BJP sees as a threat. We are seeing this pattern across the country. For example, for the late Ajit Pawar, there was a case filed 40,000 crores, and immediately when he joined the BJP, the case disappears. One TMC leader was investigated by the ED, arrested. The moment he will join the BJP, the cases disappear. The same leader goes back to TMC, the cases resurface. So what is the one rule of law if you are part of BJP and one rule of law if you are not part of BJP? So ED has no credibility. ED is no surprise that earlier Senthil Balaji was targeted because he was a very tall leader of the party, grassroots mobilizer, and now Nehru, senior leader, again a strong grassroots.
Salem, there is a, I'll tell you what, there is a document, there is a handwritten note. I'll ask our teams to play that. Now, this is what they claim. We have access to 3 reports, Salem, 3 scams: cash for job scam, transfer posting scam, and tender scam. So, there apparently the cut rate is 7.5 to 10% is what the ED has said. Against
ED is the beginning of the BJP party.
I want to show the note. You see the note? Let's show the handwritten note. It's a handwritten note. Please show the right note. There is a handwritten note which talks about, how for a 36 crore project tender, there is a 2.6 crore.
Yes, I'm answering. Can I speak?
7.5 to the handwritten note. Now, are you saying yes?
Can I speak? So only if you keep speaking, how can I speak? See, ED has no credibility. I am saying BJP leader Annamalai in Tamil Nadu threatened businessman and got 2,000 crores. This is my allegation. Right? Anyone can allege anything. I also have a handwritten note. I will show it to you. Where Annamalai has different alcohol companies, he has taken money. Different corporate companies, he has taken money. So what is ED's credibility? What has happened to the cases that were filed against in Gutka scam against ADMK leaders? Why is the investigation has not proceeded? This own CAG of the union government.
No, but if there is nothing, no, 1 minute. If there is nothing, Salem, if there is nothing, then why is there no FIR? Why is your party not filing an FIR? Why is your police not filing an FIR?
No, I am asking you answer this. Yes. What has happened to the CAG report filed by the union government in under SP money, where all tenders were given to one company and all the competition bid was also from the one single IP address? CAG has given the audit.
Now you can put your question. You can put your question to the BJP, Salem. You can put your question to the BJP. I am asking you. We called you specifically about this. No, right. We called you because we wanted to talk about this case. So you tell me if there are 3 cases, there are 3 reports, right? I'm asking why is there no FIR? If you say, okay, let's assume that you have nothing to do. Let's assume that DMK has nothing to do. It's a witch hunt. Why can't you investigate it? Why can't you file an FIR?
Investigation is going on. Who says the investigation is not going on? If you look at the police reply in the what do you call? The police reply in the court, they said the preliminary investigation is going on because the ED has no credibility. We'll have to investigate. Anyone can go and file an FIR. Anyone. Tomorrow I can come and allege something and file an FIR. If the police file what will happen now, you can come and allege something against me and file an FIR. And then 100 people can go and allege 100 things on me and file an FIR. The police will have to do an investigation and file an FIR. ED has had credibility. If it had remained as an institution that is autonomous, of course an FIR would have been filed. But ED, the Supreme Court itself has told, is an organization which use for vindictive purposes. Of course, we have to be responsible. The police will have to be responsible. FIR can't be filed on every allegation. ED's conviction rate is 0.001%.
And who is this Kavi Prasad? Do you know this Kavi Prasad? Salem, do you know Kavi Prasad? Who is Kavi Prasad?
I don't know Kavi Prasad. How do I know who's Kavi Prasad?
See, there is a photo here. There is a photo here, and it's part of the report. It's a 258-page report.
How would I know all the 8.4 crore people?
No, apparently, no, 1 minute. He's with Nehru and N. Ravichandran, who is the brother of Nehru. And there are photos and chats that have been taken out of this minister's phone.
So what do you want me to do with that? I'm saying whatever ED present, I will not believe because ED has no credibility. Why are we talking about this matter?
The photos are there. It's a very serious allegation. See, my question only is there's an election coming. Okay, you want to make allegations against every other party, you have the right to do that. But I'm only saying on these 3 specific cases, which is the cash for job scam, the posting scam, and the third one was the MAWS scam, and this tender.
I am saying anyone can allege anything on anybody. Where is the proof? ED has no credibility. Let the court give a conviction or whatever. The police are doing the preliminary job, the police will come. You can't randomly arbitrarily rather file FIR on everybody. There will have to be investigation done. The investigation is going on.
And no, where is the investigation?
No,
1 minute. Where is the investigation? There is no investigation on any of these three stories that I've just mentioned.
Criminal investigation is going on to see if anything has happened or not. Only based on that FIR can be filed. Based on ED, no FIR can be filed because we know the intention. The Supreme Court created the intention. So I don't think there is any no DMK leader has ever been convicted for corruption. You people kept saying 2G. BJP is in rule for now 11 years. What has happened to 2G? All of them got acquitted, which means we stand.
No, that is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. See, that is unfortunate. Then you should ask the Congress party because it was under Congress regime only, you know, that charges were...
everything. Why are the media, you not asking these questions? BJP
no, we are asking questions. Of course, we ask questions. We have asked questions, no? We have asked questions. You know, you also know that Salem, you also come...
BJP is now in power. Why should I ask the Congress? BJP 11 years.
No, but you talk
BJP
about this case, no?
Why are they not apologizing?
There are three. No, why should... No, if there are allegations against K. Nehru, why should you not ask him to resign pending investigation?
Why should I can give you 100 allegations on Prime Minister Modi today. We'll ask him to resign. If you cannot do that, then we'll also ask him to resign.
No, but this is documented evidence. One minute. This is
allegations. I am going to
documented evidence, no, Salem. Documented evidence against Mr. Nehru.
I am going to give 100 allegations against Prime Minister Modi in the next 1 hour. I'll give you hundreds of examples where electoral bonds money were received before the tender, after they would have tender, before ED raid, after ED raid.
No.
Will the finance minister resign?
Salem, it's easy. Salem, you also know it. Salem, you know. Salem, you also know it. No, I'm saying you also know it. No, I'm saying it's you also know it's very easy to just say these things just like that on TV. But you know, you need to have evidence, no? You need to have evidence, no?
There is evidence. You're not letting me speak. I'll tell you. You have asked why won't the minister resign. I am saying there is clear evidence in electoral bonds by the Supreme Court ordered that there has been electoral bond money given before.
None of the allegations that you guys took. By the way, Salem, none of the cases you all took to Supreme Court. None of the cases you took to Supreme Court has stood the test of time. You said Pegasus, you said Rafale. None of that is stood, no? So there's no point just...
I'm talking about ED. The Supreme Court has already... Why are we comparing apple to orange? No, you're not letting me speak. I am saying there is proof. I will give you the proof which was submitted in the Supreme Court. And before award of tender, after award of tender, money has been paid to electoral bonds to Indian.
I'm asking you, are you refuting this 258-page report in which there are annexures?
No, see, you don't go from one issue to other. You said why the minister has not signed.
Yes.
I am asking, there is clear quid pro quo with Prime Minister Modi and electoral bonds. Why has the Prime Minister
No, 1 minute. Salem, you should ask these questions. Salem, you should ask these questions to the BJP. Salem, you should ask these questions to the BJP. How many debates have you been on? 1 minute. 1 minute. How many debates have you been on? Salem, 1 minute. There's no point. It's not between you and me.
You're not letting me speak.
No, why Salem, you're beating around the bush, no, Salem? Because I'm asking you, I called you to specifically speak about this case.
You are going around with the propaganda, bros. I am asking only one question.
I'm asking you about the report.
Prime Minister resign. You ask my Minister.
Why should I? I'm asking you about the report. If I have a report like this 258-page report in my hand, it's my duty to ask you, no? It's my duty to ask you about this report.
I am not going to speak until you are not going to speak over. I am just listen to me for 30 seconds. Otherwise,
I'll listen. Okay. Go ahead.
I am saying that like this report, there is electoral bond report, clear quid pro quo, where companies have benefited by donating BJP party. So why has your channel?
No, Salem, no. Don't. You're mixing it up. You're mixing it up. You're mixing it up. I have that once more. I'm putting that note is on your screen right now. You can see that note. This note. It's an ED note. It's an ED note. I'm not cooking this up. It's an investigating agency note. They have said in a 35 crore project, 2.62 crore was the party fund. Is it true that your party takes 7.5 to 10% commission as party fund for projects? That's the question I'm asking you. Don't jump from here to there. I'm asking you a specific question.
Will you give me 30 seconds? Whenever I speak about electoral bonds, you're running away.
No, but because there's no point, Salem. We talk about this story, no, Salem.
I will speak whatever I want to speak, but you have to listen to me. You asked a question on why the minister should not resign. I asked why haven't you as the prime minister resigned? And you have no patience to listen to me. All this note, anyone can write anything and anyone can present anything. I can write a note that prime minister's party is taking 20% bribe. The CAG report has come against the union government for making 1 kilometer road at 250 odd crores. All these allegations are there. It's come in the CAG report. Anyone can submit an handwritten note. We know the credibility of ED, which I've explained. Now, you are asking me, I'm asking that why the minister has not resigned. I'm asking why the prime minister has not resigned on ED. Or the railway minister has not resigned on the railway scandal.
No, you said the same thing. 1 minute. You said the same thing about all your other leaders also. Several party leaders of yours are under the scanner. That is why I called to ask you now specifically about this allegation, this cash for jobs scam in the MAWS. This has been around for some time. It's nothing new, right? You also know that it's been reported everywhere.
The allegation is nothing. I can allege anything on anybody. Until there is a proof, you can't, it doesn't mean that one is convicted. No, it's only allegation. Anyone can allege on anything. I am saying the Prime Minister made 2 lakh crores bribery scam. That's my allegation.
What? How can no? 1 minute. You can't just say things just like that. See, I have a document and I'm reading from the report. I'm reading from a report. I'm reading from a report. I have a report. I can show you the report. I can send you the report also. I can send you the report.
I can also give you electoral bond report through which 2 lakh crores. Electoral bond report is submitted to the Supreme Court. It is vetted by the Supreme Court. Which is more credibility than the ED and
No, 1 minute. I'm sending you Salem right now. See, I've just sent you the report. You can see the report. I've sent it to you right now on your WhatsApp. You can check it. This is the report. The report is dated. This is the report. See, it's on your WhatsApp. 3rd of December 2025. I've just forwarded it to you. You open that report. Let's go page by page. You want to go page by page? We can do that. But that's not the point. Point is.
I will also give you the report of electoral bonds. Let's go page by page. You're willing?
It's okay. No, so you're saying you're not doing anything.
You give me a date on time. I will come to your studio. We'll go
done. Let's do this. It's not you versus me. It's not you versus me, Selam. We'll get BJP, ADMK on the other side. You can get Congress also.
We'll go electoral bond scam. Page by page we will go.
We'll go corruption. We'll have a corruption.
What money is given.
Done. We'll have a corruption debate.
We'll have a corruption debate. No problem. The Prime Minister resign. The day Prime Minister resign, my Minister also resign. Right?
You know, Selam.
The Prime Minister will resign, my Minister will resign.
Okay, Selam, you're just pushing this argument.
I am not pushing anything.
Okay, we'll do one thing. We'll have a debate. Before the elections, we'll have another debate. We'll try and get AIDMK also.
I'll be more than happy. I will come page by page. We'll go electoral bond report. This report will go. I will sit for 1 day also in your studio.
Selam, why? One KN Nehru, I asked you a question. You're getting so upset. No problem, Selam. We'll leave it at this.
I am saying we'll become partisan here.
We'll leave it at this. We'll talk again. Thank you, Salem. That's Salem Dharni Dharan of the DMK on the story that we broke of the details that the ED and CBI have shared with the police in Tamil Nadu. They claim that there is no FIR filed. DMK says anybody can say anything. There is no truth to any of this. So we're taking all sides of the story here on Republic. Thank you, Salem, for joining us. Handing it back to you in the studios.
Viewers, well, that was a roundup. Now the DMK has no answers to give over 3 major allegations against them. However, moving on. In a historic first, the Border Roads Organization has opened the Mughal Road in the middle of winter, marking a major achievement in snow clearance operations in Jammu and Kashmir. Take a look at this report. For the first time ever, the Mughal Road, officially designated as National Highway 701A, has been made operational during peak winter conditions. The snow clearance operation at Peer Ki Gali was successfully completed despite heavy snowfall and extreme weather. Teams from Project Sampark cleared the stretch from Buflias to Peer Ki Gali, while Project Beacon undertook snow removal from Shopian to Peer Ki Gali. The reopening of this strategic route is being seen as a major boost to winter connectivity between the Poonch and Shopian districts. This will reduce the travel hardships for local residents. Officials also revealed that route survey and planning for widening of NH 701A are currently underway. Meanwhile, according to DG Morth, substantial progress has been already made on the proposed expansion. The DG called the development a significant milestone and ensured efforts will continue to begin better connectivity.
मौके की बात है कि ये बीआरओ प्रोजेक्ट संपर्क और प्रोजेक्ट बेकॉन ने उनके चीफ इंजीनियर्स यहाँ मौजूद हैं उनके जॉइंटली प्रयास से आज ये रोड 1 महीने के अंदर खुल गई है, मुगल रोड। और जो हमें मई तक खुला करती थी, इस बार इन लोगों के संयुक्त प्रयास से ये फरवरी में ही खोल दी गई है। और ये जो रोड है पूरी, उसकी करीब 86 किलोमीटर की लेंथ है। और अब ये क्योंकि नेशनल हाईवे का स्टेटस मिल गया है इस रोड को, तो इसका जो DPR वगैरह है वो पूरा चल रहा है और इसका अलाइनमेंट वगैरह फाइनल होना है। तो जल्दी ही इसका अलाइनमेंट फाइनल होकर उसके आगे की कार्रवाई की जाएगी।
With the unprecedented midwinter opening, the BRO has set a new benchmark in high-altitude road maintenance, ensuring critical connectivity even in the harshest of conditions.
Viewers, now moving on, the Bharatiya Janata Party workers are staging a massive protest in Delhi and in Mumbai against Congress leaders, singling out Rahul Gandhi in response to the Youth Congress's leaders' demonstration during the AI Impact Summit 2026. Now, BJP activists reportedly also waved black flags against Rahul Gandhi's convoy that was passing through Mumbai. Viewers, now this comes as at least 4 to 5 people were apprehended yesterday from the Youth Congress wing while their shirtless protest was going on outside Bharat Mandapam, and the remand and bail for these 5 people has been cancelled. In fact, the police custody for them has been awarded for over 5 days. Take a look at some of the reports from various protest sites across India.
और देश का अपमान नहीं सहेगा हिंदुस्तान। ये तमाम जो लोग हैं वो बीजेपी कार्यकर्ता यहाँ पर पहुँचे हुए हैं। सीधे तौर पर गुस्सा है, आक्रोश है कि भाई आप कैसे राजनीतिक मंच बना सकते हैं किसी AI समिट को, जहाँ पर 100 से ज़्यादा देशों के प्रतिनिधि शामिल हुए हैं, वहाँ पर आप कैसे पहुँच जाते हैं और प्रदर्शन करते हैं। और ये तस्वीरें आपको दिखा रहे हैं, कुछ लोगों से भी बात कर रहे हैं। यहाँ पर देखिए, यहाँ पर तमाम जो लोग हैं यहीं पर इकट्ठा हो गए हैं बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता। अब यहाँ धक्का मुक्की देखिए, इस मंच को भी, इस बैरिकेड को भी तोड़ने की कोशिश की जा रही है। इस बैरिकेड को भी तोड़ने की कोशिश हो रही है। पहली बैरिकेड को तोड़ दिया गया था, जब यहाँ से भी धक्का मुक्की शुरू हो गई है। तमाम जो लोग हैं, तमाम बीजेपी का कार्यकर्ता और कुछ आपको दिखा रहे हैं जो यहाँ प्रदर्शन करने के लिए आए हैं, उनके पास किस तरह के बैनर पोस्टर हैं। क्या बैनर लगा रहे हैं?
ये देश के गद्दार बनियानधारी जिसने कल AI समिट में जाकर उन्होंने जाकर जो लोगों को भेजकर जो अपमान किया है देश का, उनको ये देश छोड़ना पड़ेगा। आज पूरे देश के अंदर,
यहाँ देखिए, ये संतोष दिखाइए जरा, बैरिकेड पर चढ़ गए हैं वो तमाम जो बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता हैं। और यहाँ पर अब किसी भी वक्त शायद वाटर कैनन का इस्तेमाल किया जा सकता है बीजेपी कार्यकर्ताओं को रोकने के लिए, क्योंकि इसके आगे साफ तौर पर सेंसिटिव जोन है, सिक्योरिटी जोन है, हाई सिक्योरिटी जोन है। एयर चीफ मार्शल का भी आवास है कांग्रेस मुख्यालय के बाहर। इस लिहाज से BNS की धारा 163 लागू की गई है। लेकिन गुस्सा जाहिर तौर पर लाजमी है, ये इसलिए भी क्योंकि ये सीधे राजनीतिक मंच बना दिया गया AI समिट, जहां पर तमाम जो देश के प्रतिनिधि थे वो आए थे देश की छवि को धूमिल करने का आरोप, और देश की छवि को धूमिल करने के लिए ये प्रदर्शन।
Holding protests in Jammu, Delhi and Surat over Youth Congress protesters storming into the AI Impact Summit at the Bharat Mandapam yesterday. We're getting you this and a lot more right after a short commercial break. Stay tuned.
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड। आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी, एवरीडे।
The AI summit is on. The focus is even more on AI, and with this talk of AI boom, jobs going, Vinod Khosla has made a comment which has created further panic in a panic-stricken environment. In my view, not necessary. He's a well-known tech billionaire and venture capitalist. He says IT and BPO services will completely disappear over the next 5 years. And then he says something as prophetic as, all jobs will disappear in 50 years. Now, this is not an offhand remark. Vinod Khosla is the founder of Khosla Ventures, established 2004, deep investments in AI, sustainability, medicine.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मम्मा क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा मसाला
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूम देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी। अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने, सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
The AI summit is on. The focus is even more on AI, and with this talk of AI boom, jobs going, Vinod Khosla has made a comment which has created further panic in a panic-stricken environment. In my view, not necessary. He's a well-known tech billionaire and venture capitalist. He says IT and BPO services will completely disappear over the next 5 years. And then he says something as prophetic as, all jobs will disappear in 50 years. Now, this is not an offhand remark. Vinod Khosla is the founder of Khosla Ventures, established 2004, deep investments in AI, sustainability, medicine, and other technologies. He was also an early backer of OpenAI, and he made a lot of money there. In other words, he's not a casual observer. He's deeply invested financially and ideologically in an AI-driven future. So it is possible that he's used overstatement to make a point that also suits his overall business interests. But you see, the atmosphere is already volatile. Just 5 days ago, TCS...
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Hello and welcome viewers. You're watching 6 Stories at 6 with me, Sambit. This is the show where we give you a roundup of all that has been making headlines through the day. A 360-degree view of all the top stories right here. Now viewers, starting with, anger continues to grow nationwide against Rahul Gandhi after Congress youth workers tried to sabotage the AI summit with their banyan circus. And on this, we also take a look at how Congress youth workers have been remanded to police custody. This as Delhi police claim that Congress's plot was inspired by Nepal's violent Gen Z movement that toppled the government there. Now also on the show, we take a look at the corruption allegations that have surfaced against the DMK. Now this as the government continues to delay investigation into alleged bribes taken and the tender manipulations. Now viewers, we also talk about a month after Red Fort blast, capital city is on high alert after some intelligence inputs warn of a possible terror threat near Red Fort, and we also understand temples could be the target. We also take a look at the crash conspiracy involving Ajit Pawar, how it continues to get murkier as Rohit Pawar now says that the crash could involve either a political or a commercial conspiracy. And at last, we take a look at how Donald Trump refuses to budge. Right after the US top court struck down his tariffs, saying that he breached his authority as President Trump signs an executive order imposing 10% tariffs globally. All that and more lined up for you ahead. Now viewers, starting with the first story. After a massive protest by the Indian Youth Congress workers during the AI Impact Summit 2026 at the Bharat Mandapam, BJP workers have now hit the streets. A pan-India protest by showing black flags to Rahul Gandhi. Now viewers, the protests were carried out in various areas including Delhi, Mumbai, Surat, Jammu as well as Jaipur. And these protests followed an announcement by Virendra Sachdev, who said he would lead a march to denounce what he termed hooliganism by Youth Congress workers at the summit venue. Take a look at this report.
The BJP workers staged a massive protest today. The protests were carried out against Congress leaders in response to the Rahul Banyan circus at the AI summit yesterday.
और देश का अपमान नहीं सहेगा हिंदुस्तान। ये तमाम जो लोग हैं वो बीजेपी कार्यकर्ता यहाँ पर पहुँचे हुए हैं। सीधे तौर पर गुस्सा है, आक्रोश है कि भाई आप कैसे राजनीतिक मंच बना सकते हैं किसी एआई समिट को, जहाँ पर 100 से ज़्यादा देशों के प्रतिनिधि शामिल हुए हैं, वहाँ पर आप कैसे पहुँच जाते हैं और प्रदर्शन करते हैं। और ये तस्वीरें आपको दिखा रहे हैं, कुछ लोगों से भी बात कर रहे हैं। यहाँ पर देखिए, यहाँ पर तमाम जो लोग हैं यहीं पर इकट्ठा हो गए हैं बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता। अब यहाँ धक्का मुक्की देखिए, इस मंच को भी, इस बैरिकेड को भी तोड़ने की कोशिश की जा रही है। उधर इस बैरिकेड को भी तोड़ने की कोशिश हो रही है। पहली बैरिकेड को तोड़ दिया गया था, जब यहाँ से भी धक्का मुक्की शुरू हो गई है। तमाम जो लोग हैं, तमाम बीजेपी का कार्यकर्ता और कुछ आपको दिखा रहे हैं जो यहाँ प्रदर्शन करने के लिए आए हैं।
BJP held nationwide protests in various areas. The areas included Delhi, Mumbai, Jaipur, Surat, Jammu and Hyderabad. The nationwide stir saw burning effigies of Rahul Gandhi. Black flags were also waved at Rahul Gandhi's convoy in Maharashtra's Bhiwandi. While the BJP has publicly criticized the Congress, the opposition party has not yet issued a detailed response regarding the allegations. With protests now spilling on the streets across multiple cities, the political temperature over the AI Impact Summit controversy continues to rise, reflecting national anger against Rahul Gandhi and his Banyan circus.
And now viewers, the Delhi police have arrested 4 leaders of the Indian Youth Congress in connection with the protest that took place at the India AI Impact Summit held at Bharat Mandapam. Now the accused were produced before the Patiala House Court earlier today, where the police sought their custody for further investigation, and the court heard the arguments on both the sides and alleged that the protest indeed disrupted the summit proceedings, resulted in injuries to personnel on duty. Now, the police also made some major claims, saying that the Congress protest was very much similar to Nepal's Gen Z violent revolution. Here's a look into this story.
After the shameful act by Congress Youth Wing at the Bharat Mandapam yesterday, 4 Indian Youth Congress leaders were arrested after their shirtless protest at the India AI Summit. Today, they were produced in court as their bail and remand requests were heard